Let's have a look at the predictions for 2021. And this is really the fuel they have to throw at each other over the course of the next year or more. There's nothing here because, well, Gary, you've nobly predicted that Liverpool will do it again.
Yeah, I said they were going to at the start of the season, and there's nothing I see. Look, that moment around Villa and Van Dijk getting injured, I thought, oh, here we go, this could be interesting. But they've settled down, I think, Saturday. They'll have bumps. They didn't have bumps last season. They were unbelievable. They'll have bumps this year, just generally because of the league and the way it is, but I think they'll definitely get there. So
let's have a look at the top four. We know that Gary's picked Chelsea, so let's have a look at the other ones that he's... Oh, wait a minute. You can't have 5 finishing in the top 4.
You're allowed to change your mind, aren't you?
So who's dropping out then?
No, I think... I don't... I mean, to be honest with you, I said Chelsea I thought could finish. That last one, I think City United will definitely finish in the top 3. And I think it'll be Chelsea or Tottenham. And it's a flip of a coin, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think United will. I think they've got a lot of... Their attacking power, I think, is fantastic. You actually look at the bench at the weekend against Leeds. They've got a really strong squad. Manchester United, you always fancied them to score goals in games, really. So I think they'll be there or thereabouts.
Let's have a look at the relegation places. We know for sure that they've...
Fulham are going.
You've never been more certain of anything in your life, I believe, than Fulham being relegated, along with Sheffield United and West Brom that Gary's also plumped for. But you don't go for Fulham, you go for Brighton.
Yeah, not really. I mean, I think, to be fair, it could be Fulham, but the fact that he said there is nothing as sure than Fulham will go down, it just made me go for someone else. And I want to know what the forfeit is if Fulham actually do stay up. There must be a forfeit for that. I mean, you can't say that after one game, that basically it's the most certain you've ever been about anything that Fulham will go down.
I think a week of pre-season training at Fulham next season.
No, it's got to be more than that. It's got to be more
that could really hurt.
Fulham fans, just tweet in about what you'd like him to do.
Are you still as sure? This is your chance to come back.
I'll take the owner out for a meal. I gave him a bit of stick as well, didn't I?
You did. Take him to the circus.
The last thing he wants to do is go out for a meal with you.
It's here too. It's one out. He can't wait.
We're all off to see Jamie. Let's have a look at the player to watch. This could be interesting.
I didn't even fill that in, by the way. Just something I've said it for the last 3 years. No, I've said it for the last 3 years because I still want him to basically. I still want him to drive Manchester United forward and be the player that he can be at the club and drive them towards a title, and that sounds laughable at this moment in time. But that's what I'd like to see him do. But I didn't actually pick him on that.
Did you pick him every year?
Someone's messed around with that.
All right, well, let's look at James. I think it's really interesting. John Stones, a bit of a forgotten man, really, until the last few weeks, forced his way back in.
I thought he was done at City. I remember watching City in the Champions League in the summer, and they were playing, the young Spanish centre-back, Carragher Garcia, I think, ahead of him at centre-back. And I'll be honest, he's only a young player, Garcia, but he doesn't look to me like he's ready for the Premier League. Doesn't look physically ready. The size of him as well. And I thought it was a long way back for John Stones. Fernandinho was playing there as well, and he's just trying to get his head in there. But I do think if he now is in the team, you said before about Laporte not playing. Laporte's been left out for John Stones. You'd never believe that a few months ago. And if John Stones can stay in the team, it brings England back into the equation. Let's not forget how well he did at a tournament a couple of years ago as well. So I think if he's playing week in, week out for City, as I said, it brings England back into the equation.
So maybe he can be part of an England team that goes on and wins the Euros. Let's have a look at their predictions.
Spain. They've got Carragher in goal.
To be honest with you, I actually have not even thought about the Euros. So when you get asked in the middle of December who's going to win the Euros next summer, honestly, it's about as far away from any thinking that I've got at this moment in time. So I said Spain, because they're an half-decent team. I mean, if he just said France, because obviously they won the last tournament. But
why did you say
shout, didn't he? Well, he got Mbappe, got the best player. Got your mate Pogba. He has to go for France.
Want to watch?
I think England... What would England do then?
Well, let's have a look. Let's have a look. What you put? Yeah, you both agree. Come on.
Yeah.
Justify that?
Yeah, I think you'd like to think a lot of the games will be at home, be at Wembley. That would help as well. I think England's got a really good team at this moment now. These know really well. You think of the last tournament they've been in. You think of the Nations League, getting there. He would be up against Spain and different teams in the group as well. Wasn't easy. Croatia. So listen, I think any team who's at home or playing a lot of games at home, I think it gives you a big advantage. But I just think they'd fall short of a Belgium or France, really.
Why will they fall short?
defensively they'll make errors. I think in the biggest moments against the type of players that he's just mentioned, like Mbappe, those moments, just those little touches where you give a little penalty away, little rash moments that we saw in the last World Cup against Croatia. I think that'll be what costs. The best teams are usually the ones that defend best.
Could a full Wembley make a difference?
Oh, absolutely. It will make a huge difference. Let's hope it is full.